Why did you see the Cowboys as a fit for you?
Oh, they ran a similar defense. I wanted the transition to be easy. I got along with the guys well, the coaches. I had some camaraderie with the special teams coach, and it was just an easy decision.
Give us kind of a layman's education on this defense. What type of scheme and system are we looking at here with Coach Zimmer?
Basically, it's like a linebacker-driven defense, keeping the linebackers free, letting them be athletes and make plays. The Eric Kendricks of the world. I mean, they got a lot of good guys, and they let them thrive, and that's something I want to be a part of. So
linebacker is one of these positions that Choppy and others tried to fade out. The running backs of defense, and now with the Fred Warners of the world, you still got Bobby Wagner hanging around. We've had issues stopping the run around here for a while. It feels like the emphasis on linebacker is back in Dallas. What do you think of the whole linebackers don't matter as much discussion? Why is that crazy?
It's crazy until you take them out of the game and, bad things start to happen. We're a very grimy, hard-nosed group of guys who really don't get the respect we deserve. We play all special teams. We command a whole entire defense. And I think that's important. When you take us out of the picture, it can get a little cloudy.
So would you say the defense this year is like going to be more of a pressure D or a coverage type?
Just from me being in a similar system, I would think it would be more a pressure defense. But I'm pretty sure it'll be a little bit of both. Mm-hmm.
Who are your linebacker idols?
I'm biased. I like Patrick Willis. I always grew up watching Patrick Willis. Ray Lewis, the Luke Kuechly's of the world. I like Fred Warner and those guys in San Fran, Greenlaw. But yeah, I would say Ray Lewis, Patrick Willis are my guys.
When you had started out, you were undrafted out of Iowa State. You ended up in Cleveland. Special teams contributor there, somebody that was in the linebacker rotation, spent a couple years there. When things ended in Cleveland and you ended up with St. Louis in the UFL this past year and in the USFL previously, was there a moment where you thought, like, I don't know that I'm going to get back to that point? Was there any discouragement at any time where you said, like, what is my future in this league again? Did you think you were going to get this opportunity again?
I knew. I'm honest with myself. I knew I probably didn't work as hard as I should have and put in the work. So, getting a second chance in the spring league, I was like, hey, I got another chance to, perfect my craft and be a better linebacker, get smarter, get faster, get stronger. And that's kind of what I did my first year, and I felt like it wasn't enough. So I came back again and did it again, and I got the opportunity. So,
what were your hot spots in Cleveland?
My hot spots.
A night out. We flew into town for the weekend, and we're going out Friday or Saturday in Cleveland, Ohio. Where are we going?
Oh, my God. It's been so long. I don't even remember.
It's all factories, according to Joe Kim Noah.
Cleveland or Iowa?
That's like a double-edged sword. I would say Cleveland just because there's a little bit more to do. Iowa's you're not doing too much out there.
Willie Harvey Jr. joins us here, 105 through the Fan. All right, speaking of Iowa, why do weird things happen at night at Ames? Like, if you want to pull an upset, if you want to pick an upset in college football, you just find out whenever Iowa State has a night game against a top 10 team, there's the upset. Why is that?
I don't know, man. It's something about Ames and night games and ranked opponents. We just get it done. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the aura in the air. I don't know, but we always seem to get it done.
Now, did you were your last year at Iowa State? You had Brock Purdy starting at quarterback.
Yeah,
you totally saw all this coming to San Francisco. 100% knew it.
Yeah.
No, but what were your genuine impressions when you watching that? Did you think, like, oh, this kid's got moxie, or like there's just something about him? What made him different?
Well, even in practice, like, he was just a sharp guy. Certain guys, like, when they get their shot, they're gonna ball, and he was just always sharp. He always knew what to do. And you don't really see that coming from guys who aren't starting. So, like, when he got in the game, I was like, okay, it's his time. We all knew.
What type of dude is he?
He's just humble, but he works his ASS off. Like, each and every day, he always does extra. He's out there with the receivers, the tight ends, the center. Like, he's getting everything a normal quarterback would do who's starting. He does it, and plus more.
Who is someone else? Because Dez calls out his predictions all the time. Like, I'm telling you, y'all are sleeping on this guy. He scouts the college game. Who was someone else that got overlooked or drafted late that you played with or against in college, and you're like, I know this guy's going to be a dog? Like, if you were going to talk to a GM, you're like, I'm telling you, pick this person early. Who was some of those guys? Were one of them? Purdy easily the number one?
Yeah, Purdy's that guy for sure.
You thought he would be good?
Yes. Well, I thought Will McDonald would have been I think he's still going to be a freak because I saw him and I was like, wow, that guy's special. But Brock Purdy for sure.
Yeah, who's the best? Who's the most athletic or mind-blowing freak that you went up against in college or you saw on a pro field and you're like, oh my gosh, like this cat shouldn't be allowed to play with the rest of us?
That's tough. I don't know necessarily freak, but I would say like a unit of guys. It had to be like 2017. Like that whole Oklahoma O-line was just unreal.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember who was on it, but they were crazy good.
They've got the reputation in scouting communities. Oklahoma offensive lineman is just like, that's zero personality country boys who are just mean and stuff like that. Where they like, because typically I know it's a very cerebral position. When you would go up against Oklahoma, you would be against that offensive line. Was it just like, these are just a bunch of like boring ass country kids?
They just worked so well together. Like it was hard trying to disguise and blitz because they were all like past. They just worked well together, and it's like, man, we can't get anything done.
So having an Oklahoma offensive line with Dallas's first round pick this year, Tyler Guyton, that's probably a pretty safe bet.
Oh yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
So you've actually, I know, Sean had asked about Cleveland because you had played there for a little bit, but I know you also pre-draft have been out here in Dallas. You've stayed around the area since then. So how fortunate was it, just like of a blend of the two, of just where it's like, hey, this is already where I've kind of planted my feet is in DFW, and then to also get the Cowboys calling, it just seems like a perfect match.
Man, it was truly a blessing. Like even with the XFL and the USFL being here, I never had to move. I had never had to move my feet. I've always been at home, and just getting the opportunity to play for Dallas, it was a no-brainer.
What is, you mentioned the UFL, what is the pregame meal in the UFL compared to the NFL?
Comparing apples to oranges,
did you even get apples?
Barely.
Just a couple slices.
No shade, no shade, but spaghetti, potatoes. It was decent. But the NFL, it doesn't even come close, man. You can have whatever you want. Steaks, lobsters.
What?
Before a game.
Yeah, I mean you can't. I mean it's not recommended, but you can eat. You can pretty much eat whatever you want. They have everything you want. So yeah.
So is it like just a huge buffet, or you order off a menu?
It's usually like a huge buffet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they bring in the same like for pre and post, or different.
I think it's different. Yeah, it's different.
New Cowboys linebacker Willie Harvey joining us here on 105 through Fan. So you obviously having just played a full UFL season, and then you're going to roll right into an NFL season. We had talked about this before with some of the guys who've come over, like Kevontae Turpin. Like how prepared is your body to potentially handle that kind of a grind? What's your process like, I guess, leading up to training camp? Are you going to try and emphasize rest and recovery during this small window that you have here? And then how are you going to try to manage those sort of things in terms of just fatigue?
I've done a pretty good job so far. I took a week and a half off, just letting my body rest and recover.
So lazy.
Yeah, I know, right? But I'm slowly working myself back into the working out phase and the running phase. But I'll be fine. I've done this before. I'm a year-round guy. I've always worked hard year-round, so I feel like I'll be fine.
Who are some of the guys that you've clicked with early on the team, where you're like, okay, I think I can hang out with this dude?
I haven't really met anybody, but I do know a couple guys. I know Sheldrick Redwine. I played with him in Cleveland. I reached out to Eric. He seems like a cool dude. Kevontae, I know about him. I played against him in college. So there's a couple guys that I already know.
What do you know about Oxnard, California?
Nothing, but I heard it's in the middle of nowhere.
Okay. But do you know what the temperature is there right now?
I do not.
It's 65 degrees.
That's perfect.
And today's high will be in the 70s.
That's perfect.
You're going to go out there.
You're going to love it.
And you're going to be in heaven. You're going to feel cold in the morning. You're going to hear us at about 3 o'clock yelling. Hopefully they don't put your room near ours. We broadcast right out there on the tennis courts. And you're gonna be cold some days. You're gonna love it.
Oh yeah, that's music to my ears. I would take that over this heat any day.
Heck yeah.
Your shorts are gonna go to the kneecap.
Yeah.
For sure. 100%.
It's the complete opposite of your kind of hometown that Bobby hates.
That's not technically his hometown. Okay,
Kinda.
so I've got an issue with. I've got a long-standing issue with Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh man, me too.
Oh, good. Thank you. All right, Jacksonville. Jacksonville to me is like if a pawn shop were a city, it would be
Oh
Jacksonville.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
It's like a trashier, grosser New Orleans. That's what Jacksonville.
All right, Jacksonville or Cleveland?
Cleveland for sure. I'm sorry, and I got a lot of people in Jacksonville. I love y'all, but yeah, I'm going with Cleveland. Yeah, that place is very special.
It's like 1995. They were given an NFL team, and they're like, "This year's been so great to us. Let's not leave it ever. Let's keep everything the same as it was in 1995."
Chop, they dunking on you right now.
Well, I don't live there.
No, you defend it. Don't act different now.
Well, yeah, because
Don't act different.
I used to go to St. Augustine every year, like my grandparents. I love it. That's Jacksonville to me.
Yeah,
it's all the same thing. You're within if you're within an hour of a city, you're in the city.
Okay.
You would separate the team because he went to St. Augustine High School.
Yeah, I'm separating Jacksonville and St. Augustine.
Okay, you're separate. I don't separate.
Yeah, I'm separating.
Ponte Vedra. That's
How
all
far is St. Augustine from Jacksonville?
30 minutes, right? 30 minutes.
Like 45,
Oh.
50.
That's what I think you're
Two different worlds, though. I would say
When we
two
talk about
different
Dallas
worlds.
and Fort Worth, we don't talk about them the same.
Right, but you would think of maybe like Allen and Dallas, like I would.
Okay.
That's all the same.
That's fair.
Not
That's
once
fair
you've
to say.
driven to Allen, you wouldn't feel like, oh, this is right in Dallas. Like it's quite separate.
All right, when
so.
we were doing our homework on you, music and business came up. So let our Tolos, let our listeners know a little bit more about you personally, what you have going on.
I can't disclose too much because it's more on the business side. But I do write a lot of music.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm cracking into like the music industry, so I write for bigger artists, and I can't really disclose who those people are.
Whoa,
that's awesome, though.
Bobby writes lyrics.
Yeah,
and Choppy executes them.
So are you like what? You're gonna write the next? You're gonna ghost write Drake's next diss track to Kendrick Lamar after the pop-up show?
I don't know if I have enough in my arsenal for all that.
Kendrick, you can't go up against K. Dot.
Yeah, no, I don't have
Who's winning that right now? It's clearly Kendrick, right?
Yeah, Kendrick has done a lot of damage. I'm interested to see what Drake does, but it's looking pretty rough for him.
So if we looked at your top 3 Spotify recap of the year,
the Wrapped.
Spotify
Wrapped.
Who would the artists be? And Choppy will see if you approve or disapprove.
Oh man, I might get judged for this.
Oh no.
Taylor Swift.
Belinda Carlisle.
Oh no.
Belinda Carlisle.
no. Party Next Door, if y'all know who that is.
I don't know Party
know.
Next Door.
I do not
I'm
know.
adding it now.
Maybe oh god.
Don't be shy
I'm trying to
about
know.
it.
I'm
We
trying to
all-
think.
He's trying to avoid saying who.
I really want to pull
naming
out
the artist that he's writing for.
I really want to pull out my phone and look.
Yeah.
He doesn't. That's the thing. He's trying to think of his Spotify rap because he's listened to all his own music that he's ghostwriting.
Right?
And
No,
so
I'm serious. I really do. I don't.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Probably like Future or something.
Okay.
Drake maybe's in there. I don't know.
How long does it take for you to, write lyrics for a song? Like, are we talking a week?
Oh no. It depends on what kind of day I'm having.
Yeah.
I'll wake up, be feeling good. I may knock 3 songs out that.
Wow.
Are the lyrics in your notepad on your phone, or you write them down?
I write them down.
Do you start with a beat and then write, or do you write the lyrics and then find it? How's that work?
Just depends. Usually I start with the beat. But if I'm feeling it that day and I have like something in my mind, I'll just write it down and kind of build off of that.
Is there any way you could come up with a sentence of lyrics for this morning show?
That's trash. I knew that was gonna come up. No, cannot put me on the spot.
do you like do you find yourself like you say your day is affected? So if you get really frustrated like with an opponent or something like that, do you find yourself just like writing battle rap lyrics to them while you're on the field or something?
Nah, I don't do that.
So do you think that these artists basically have it easy in terms of like executing, just singing it? Or how many have people like you behind the scenes versus them writing? Like, is it 50-50? I'm ignorant to
Yeah,
that.
like who's the best at
Writing
doing
their
both?
own
Yeah.
versus just like, all right, getting a piece of paper and I'm gonna get in front of a microphone.
I would say there's a lot of talented artists who do write a lot of their stuff, but like the guys you see and admire and the girls,
Have a team.
yeah, they really are just the figure that can push the work, because they just know how, but they don't write a lot of their stuff.
Is there a person who you think is like the best at doing both, like currently?
Oh yeah, Party Next Door. if y'all,
Man.
yeah,
Find some, Pepe.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's playable.
I think he's
And
the
judge him.
ghostwriter behind.
oh no, no, oh no,
Party Next
no,
Door.
What genre is Party Next Door?
R&B.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We'll see if Pepe can find a little bit. Willie Harvey, new Cowboys linebacker, in studio on the home of America's team. Were your friends excited that you were tied up with the Cowboys with as much attention as they get on television?
Oh yeah. My phone didn't stop ringing for like a whole day. I had like 300 text messages. It was just a surreal feeling because the Cowboys were like a long shot for me. I didn't think I would go there. They were not on my radar.
Who did you talk to the most in the building in order to make this happen? Or did your agent?
Yeah. Yeah, my agent kind of pulled all the strings. I can't even take credit for this.
Shout out Lewis. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Lewis, man.
All right,
Doing his
man.
job.
Thank you for coming in. Not everyone is brave enough to get in here this early in the morning. We know you have a workout to get to. Anything else that we need to know about Willie Harvey that you can disclose legally?
Oh no, I'm just excited to get going. I think it's gonna be a great year. I feel like I'm finally gonna be able to get my feet wet and show the world what I can do, especially the Cowboys fans. So.
Are you getting out of town before camp? Like a little vacation?
There's a U.S. Army fundraiser in St. Louis. I might go to that for 2 days, but other than that, I'll probably just be grinding it out, resting, get my body right. So.
Turn it up, Pepe. Let's judge Willie.
This is like old 2016 party, but
This sounds like Darren Waller.
oh my god, oh god,
Oh, wow, that's a good call.
yeah, that's crazy.
It's not bad. It's got a good vibe.
Yeah.
Shut up, Bobby. I like it.
It's a little,
good like K-Dot. I like it. I like it. Bobby to street cred.
1975.
Yeah, that's right.
These guys now.
Willie, thank you so much for coming in, man. We'll see you in 1 month out in California.
Thank y'all.